step into that role and hopefully execute every night in that way.
You're just talking about that kind of increased responsibility. I mean, did that affect anything in your preparation, the way that you take a mental approach to the game, just knowing that, hey, I'm going to be counted on now for 12, 15, 20 minutes in an SEC game?
Yeah, I mean, we're going through that and getting used to it. I think me, Trent, Travis are going through that same thing and adjusting and seeing how we can affect the game in different ways and pick up the slack of what we're missing from our guys in Jackson, Lamont, and we're going to continue to, I think, shape that and get used to it and figure out what we can do to really help the team.
Oftentimes, Coach Pope talks about you guys as a trio. Someone would bring up one of you guys and he lumps all you guys in together. Can you just kind of speak to what it's been like growing with those guys this year and maybe sharing some of the same ups and downs and having two other guys who are going through a similar thing?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. I mean, it's tough stepping in and especially in a league like the SEC and playing at Kentucky, there's a big adjustment to it, and I think we're all in it together, and it's nice to have people to relate to and to talk to and to feed off of each other, and so those guys have been a big blessing in my life here at Kentucky, and I'm glad to go through this journey with them. It's been fun.
If you would compare Collin Chandler, who stepped on this campus many months ago, to Collin Chandler right now, what's the biggest difference?
Man. I think I've grown a lot mentally. I thought I was decently mentally tough coming in, but it's been a lot of learning, a lot of patience, a lot of just like even coming in the summer and not being able to play right away and trying to get used to everything again. It's been an experience that has been full of frustration and all that, but it's helped me a lot, and I'm going to continue to grow. Basketball is a game of frustration, so I'm going to continue to try to respond well to that, and I think that's what I've learned.
How do you feel like all that manifested, or maybe does manifest yourself, if I'm just wrong about all that, Collin, in your game tonight and other times?
Yeah, well, I think with the frustration is trying to learn how to take it in and turn it into energy, turn it into fight. That's been a focus and a learning curve for us, especially for me, and learning how to take the frustration and turn it into something positive, which is something we're continuing to learn. We're going to try to continue to grow that way.
Just how many nights?
Was there a point in that second half where you just decided you're not passing the ball, you're just going to take it yourself?
Not really. I felt like every time I got it off a rebound, or when someone passed it, I just seen an open lane and just kind of try to take advantage of it. So.
What was the difference in the second half, defensively, not just for yourself, but for the whole team?
I just felt like we just kept trusting each other more, moving the ball, just giving confidence to each other. I feel like every shot some guy took on our team, the whole team was behind him whatsoever, so I feel like that made the difference.
Amari, Pope said at the beginning of the year you weren't as dominant in the paint, but just as of late you kind of bloomed and just became a menace in the paint, they would say.
Yeah.
What's kind of changed your mentality that way, I guess I could say?
I would just say confidence. I feel like at the start of the year I wasn't really used to the physicality and kind of trying to figure it out still, but now that I figured it out and kind of realized how I can bang up against some of the other bigs, I took advantage of it and it's working out well.
When you were at Drexel, did you start your college career playing more physical and learn that, hey, I can't do this against maybe some of these smaller guys at this level? And
yeah, I mean,
change it up,
in that conference, it was like, the charges, if you keep banging too much, they'll just drop. And that's something I was always wary of my 4 years. But I feel like now, no big is really going to do that. They kind of got pride in taking stance. So just knowing that and just knowing how to get around it is something else. So, yeah.
Is that something you kind of changed up without even thinking about it over time, just to kind of adapt your game to where you couldn't do that at Drexel?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like it's a lot better, especially in this league, and just, working around it, trying to be more creative. So, yeah.
Amari, how's it feel to have another point guard out there?
Pardon?
How's it feel to have another point guard out there in Collin?
In Collin, it always helps. He played great tonight. Even, you're saying a point guard, but on the boards he was a menace too. He was grabbing every board at the highest point. So, he brought a loss to us tonight and helped us. So, yeah.
What about having Andrew back to what seems like full strength? How much of a difference does that make?
Andrew's a great guy. We've seen him at the start of the year against Duke, and, just bringing that confidence back he had then till now, we can see it flashing, and, we're just proud of him and happy that he got us to that point. So.
Amari, how hard is it to get used to different lineup changes?
I mean, in practice, we don't really, we do it and like we try to figure it out. So in game, we kind of get used to it. But, you know, we've been playing with each other since June and, you know, not really knowing the lineups and switching at every practice. So even though it may seem tough and something people ain't used to seeing, we're kind of used to it and kind of figure it out as the time goes on.
What did you see from Ansley Allman
Since then he was maybe earlier in the season?
I'm not sure. I think, you know, this could be correlated and not caused. I think for him, he's continued to get better and better as the season has gone on. You know, he's super comfortable. I think a lot of teams are trying to pressure him, get out half court, even past half court sometimes, but he's gotten more and more comfortable handling the ball out there. And credit to him, we you know, put a heavy load onto him, and he carries it very well for us.
You guys have mentioned a lot that anyone's night can be anyone's night at any point. What was it like to see Collin put up the performance he did tonight?
Oh man, super proud of him. We're super happy. You see how hard he works and everything, and you know, it's the same thing for him. It's kind of similar. He really obviously wants to be able to step up and step into that role, and we knew it was going to happen for him. He's done a great job in practice for us, and so being able to see, you know, like we talked about, see those results on the floor is really special, and I'm really proud of him. He really did an awesome job tonight. Just playing super hard.
Can you put yourself in his place if you were asked to give up basketball for 2 years? What would you do?
Yeah, I think definitely. You know, Collin's an awesome kid. He's led by the Lord, and you know, I think that's a foundation of this team, and we all rely on him. It's been cool to grow together and grow closer to the Lord and closer to each other at the same time this year. And so, you know, I feel like for him, talking to him, getting to know him, for him it was a no-brainer. You know, he felt led. He's called to serve for him, and so I think those 2 years were very special for him, transformative in his life, and so it's bigger than basketball at the end of the day. And so I think obviously coming back, it's gonna take some time, and he used the summer to try and get his feet under himself a little bit more. It's definitely certainly dangerous and injury-wise coming back after not really playing at that high level for 2 years. So for him, I'm just super proud of him. He was able to do what he was called to do, and then also be able to come back and now trying to get into a rim and be a vital part of this team.
Were there any team defensively without
Definitely is different. You know, I think they bring so much to this team, and especially defensively. You know, we just don't necessarily have someone like Lamont. He feels super comfortable. He's got to pick you up 94, be a solo press for us sometimes, you know, and, you know, that's just who he is, and it brings just a different energy about our defense. I think we trying to be able to adapt, try to be able to completely change it, you know, with some of the guys out, and everybody's kind of stepped up in that area, trying to be way more aggressive on the ball, make people feel uncomfortable, and we tried to learn specifically from the Ole Miss game is really where we felt that, try to go to the drawing board again and really try to be a little bit more aggressive and try to throw some punches defensively.